so excited.
Me too.
Hello?
Hi, we want to learn about
Who is
chemical
it?
reactions.
Who is it?
Let them talk. Sorry, what?
We just want to learn about chemical
Oh,
reactions.
yeah, come on in. This is my house. Welcome.
Wow.
We're just gonna go to the kitchen.
Beautiful house.
Thank you. We try.
I love the wallpaper.
Yeah. It's very decorative. Well, Zach, what are you doing? Oh my gosh! What are you doing? Stop. Before we even do a chemical reaction, we have to learn what it is.
Hey Jackson, you know what a chemical reaction is? No, you're wrong. Listen.
Actually, a chemical reaction is a process by which one or more substances are rearranged to form a different substance.
Yes, there are many types of chemicals in this world. When they combine, they react.
There are different types of chemical reactions in this world, such as metal rusting and candles burning.
Chemical reactions happen when electrons get together.
There are many different ways to know if a chemical reaction is happening, such as a change in temperature, color, or even odor, gas, or bubbles.
Chemists use equations to represent a chemical reaction.
The reactant is a starting substance, whereas the product is what is formed in the reaction.
For example, in a word equation, you would say aluminum and bromine react to produce aluminum bromide.
First, there are skeleton equations which use formulas and symbols to represent the reactants and products. For example, like shown here, skeleton equations lack information on how many atoms are used in the equation.
A chemical equation is a statement that uses chemical formula to show the identities and relative amounts of the substance involved in a chemical reaction.
This figure shows the reaction between aluminum and bromine in a balanced equation. In a chemical reaction, you can have a coefficient, which is the number written in front of the reactant or product. It describes the lowest whole number ratio of the amounts of all the reactants and products.
An important law in chemistry is the law of conservation of mass, which is shown in balanced equations.
To write a balanced equation, you first have to write a skeleton equation. Then you'd have to count the number of atoms and then add or adjust the coefficients. Then you check your work.
There are 4 types of chemical reactions: synthesis, combustion, decomposition, and replacement reaction. These are used to classify the many types of equations.
A synthesis reaction is a reaction in which 2 or more substances react to produce a single product, which is like A plus B makes AB.
Then there is a combustion. In this, oxygen combines with a substance and releases energy in the form of heat and light. For example, C plus O2 equals CO2.
Heated hydrogen reacts with oxygen to produce heat and water in a combustion reaction. This is also a synthesis reaction.
Then there is a decomposition reaction, which is when a single compound breaks down into 2 or more elements or new compounds.
Decomposition reactions often require an energy source such as heat, light, or electricity to occur. For example, AB formed to make A plus B.
A reaction in which the atoms of one element replace the atoms of another element in a compound is called a single replacement reaction. For example, A plus BX equals AX plus B.
Well, actually, it reacts to make AX plus B.
Oh, my fault.
Double replacement reactions occur when ions exchange between 2 compounds. For example, AB plus CD react to make CB plus AD.
A metal will not always replace a metal in a compound dissolved in a water because of different reactivities.
This activity series can be used to predict if a chemical reaction will actually occur.
In an equation, you must always label what the substance is.
Like shown here, there are different types of states. There is aqueous, which contains 1 or more dissolved substances called solutes in water. And you would label it as AQ.
Water is always a solvent in an aqueous solution.
Compounds that produce hydrogen ions in aqueous solutions are called acids.
Ionic compounds can also be solutes in aqueous solutions. When ionic compounds dissolve in water, their ions separate in a process called dissociation.
Well, actually, that's dissociation, but you were close. When two solutes containing ions as solutes are combined, the ions might react, and if they do, they are double replacement reactions. Yeah, that's basically it.
All right, thanks.
No, y'all need to leave now. Okay, come on, let's go. Get out, go,
I'm
go,
so
go,
sorry, you
go.
guys. Thank you for
Olivia,
coming.
run.
It was nice to see you guys. Thanks,
Get out of my house and don't come back. Yeah, I said don't come back, come back.
honestly, I think we did pretty good. Not gonna lie. Come on.